Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So finally we are going to do the full review of episode 6 of season 4 of Mnakwethu, you guys. Listen, if you have not watched Mnakwethu before, my thing would be maybe don't watch it. Just come here and watch the reviews because you know what? That show is going to make you angry. So what is the use of me watching the show getting angry and you watching the show and getting angry? Just come over here. I'll summarize it for you so that the anger is, managed. Okay. However, I will tell you what this show is about. This show is about disregarding, disrespecting, and discouraging a woman. They come into your life looking like you are happy in your relationship. By the time they walk out, they make sure that you feel uncertain about your relationships. Or relationship or marriage, you are heartbroken, and they make sure that your self-esteem is down the drain by the time they leave. Okay. In addition to that, you guys, a woman's no in on this show is not taken seriously. When a woman says no, it's almost like she hasn't said anything. Okay. Sometimes they hear it and then they try and convince you to say yes. So when you say no as a woman, know that you are still going to say yes because they will make sure that you end up saying yes. Okay. Even worse, you guys, sometimes you say no, but they go ahead and they celebrate the fact that you have said yes to a point where even you as a wife start celebrating that you said yes because you are now thinking, I must have said yes because here they are celebrating that I said yes, even though I was saying no. So a woman's no on this show is not heard. If it's heard, it's ignored, or they will change it to a yes. So the only thing they accept on this show is a yes. Okay. Now, let's talk about what's happening in this episode. We do meet Vukani Mhlongo, who is a Sangoma. That in itself tells you that this episode is about the nonsense, okay? It's about the manipulation to its highest level, okay? Whatever I talk about on this show in terms of how the wife reacts, just think about it because she's already under the influence of the African science. We already know. We do know that very, very well, okay? So we meet MaNgwane, you guys, Mrs. Mhlongo, who is married to Vukani Mhlongo. She's 20 years old. Okay. Every time I meet a woman or I see a woman that is very, very young and already married, I'm like, obviously, we haven't done, a good enough job to convince young women that there are better things to do out there than get married. Okay, we haven't done enough of it because they are still doing it. But you guys, I guess it's better to get married than do some of the things that the young people nowadays are getting up to. Okay, if you can find yourself a husband, get married and get stressed about the things that men get up to when you are married instead of, going to clubs and doing other things that other people are doing. Okay, so now you guys, they said that they met in town. Okay, so I guess you guys, while I am in town worried about my pairs and my cell phone, if both those things are going to make it home, while I'm worried about that, while walking downtown, other people are meeting their husbands. Okay, so if you are single today and you want to, increase the chances of you meeting a husband while you are walking in town and people are saying, hi mama, hi mamazi, mamazi, pay attention, your husband might be there. Okay, maybe I would have gotten married a long time ago if I just listened to Amakwela as a dolobit. Okay, so they said they met in a town, you guys, and he says Uvugani he's never wanted a second wife. Okay, never, ever, ever, it never crossed his mind. But one day, the underground gang came in his dreams. They came in a vision, and they were like, they want a wife. Okay, they said, we know you've met a woman that you love. She's beautiful. She's a perfect wife, but we want our own wife. I've said this before, you guys. Men are dogs, but the in-laws are bulldogs. Okay, because even when they are now dead and they are the underground gang, they will betray you as a wife. Because tell me why the underground gang is going to this man of Vukani, a married man, giving him a vision to take the second wife when they know that kunonkosikazi lana ekhaya othelwe ngenyongo already. Tell me why. It's the in-laws, guys. They deal with you even beyond the grave. Okay. Now, let me tell you the nonsense that they are asking. Okay, they are saying they want a second wife. Not only that, you guys, they are saying they want the second wife to become the first wife. Okay. I'm not joking. They are saying that they want him to take a second wife, but that second wife will not be the second wife. She will be the first wife. Okay. Listen, Mseleko doesn't get shocked a lot when it comes to the things that are wanted by men, because as long as a man wants something, according to Mseleko, he must get it. But even him in this instance, he was shocked because he was like, listen, there's nothing like that. We are not going to go to that woman's home and ask her to now suddenly become number two. Okay. This man is saying he has paid lobola for MaNgwane. Okay, he has paid all of the lobola. The only thing left is for them to do just the ceremony. Now bayashada. So what he wants to do is for MaNgwane to be at the bus stop and just wait for him to now go and pay lobola for the second wife, get married to the second wife. Then he's going to come back and get married to her. Mseleko is like, there's nothing like that. Listen, I doubt your Madlozi told you that, but let's just say that they did, okay? You are a Sangoma, you know how to speak to your people. You can just go there and partner and say, listen, let's negotiate here. You want me to take a second wife? I can take a second wife, but I'm not switching the positions, because that is not going to happen. Mseleko even mentions that, listen, our whole goal on this show is to get you Istembu, but we might end up getting you Istembu and then destroying your family, because there's no woman that is going to allow that to happen, for them to move from the position of being umamkulu and being umamncane all of a sudden. Okay, now this guy says that the person that he wants to take as a second wife is also a Sangoma, and I was like, yeah, of course she's also a Sangoma, because when have we heard of an idea of somebody now being taken as a second wife but they want the first position? Okay, and he says that, you know, they work together, so if they come together, they are going to be able to work together to a point where the umsebenzi wabo uzokhula. You know, they are saying because abaphathi have been waiting for him to take the second wife, it hasn't been going well as Godwin. So they haven't been making enough money as Godwin to take care of the family, because abaphathi, they want a second wife. And I'm like, no, actually that's not the reason. The reason you haven't been making enough money as Godwin Saka is because when you are supposed to be working, you are busy with this side chick. Okay, that's the reason you haven't made enough money. Had you been focused on your wife and then going as Godwin uyosebenza instead of utujole namatwasa namawat, then you wouldn't have this situation here. The reason umsebenzi wakho is going down is because you are not focused. Okay, ubungoma is a business too. So if you're busy with the side chicks, you're not going to be making enough money. That's why umsebenzi wakho is not going well. Okay, but he says it's because of amadlozi. Okay, so you guys, we get to a point where we meet the woman, you guys, the one that is going to be number two. And if you thought that this story was interesting, it's about to get even more interesting. Now we meet the wife that is supposed to be wife number two, but is going to be wife number one. So we'll get her in and swap the positions, basically. In summary, you guys. So now her name is Anele, and she said Anele or Anela. I couldn't figure out, you guys, whether she's saying Anela or Anele, but her surname is Mbane. She says that she met him, obviously, ebungomeni, because she's also a Sangoma. She was a young Twasa, then knew Edlozini, and they got used to each other, and then afterwards, because she met him when she was 16, okay, and I've said it, you guys, that there is this thing with South African older men meeting our kids when they are 16 and grooming them, you know, to a point where at a later stage they are convinced that they're supposed to be this man's wives, okay? Because tell me what a 35-year-old is doing with a 16-year-old, okay? But she's saying that he was helping her with her journey, obungomeni, and now he wants to marry her. She is so arrogant to say, you guys, listen, Mamkulu doesn't have a choice when it comes to her saying yes to Istembu, because the bag is affected. She says, listen, isinkwa sabantwana bakhe is affected if she doesn't say yes to this. That means that she will not eat. The reason that she was able to eat is because of me. Because if me and her husband work together, we are going to make more money. Okay, if we don't do that, then it's going to go down. Okay, tell me, what more do we need to understand that there is African science in effect here? Okay, African science is at work here, because what is it? Okay, so if usebenza esigodlweni abona abantu abhulela abantu alaphisa abantu, still umsebenzi will go down. Kanti how does this work? Okay, I don't get it. Okay, another thing, you guys, was that it felt like some of the stories we hear abantu mabekhuluma ngokuthwala, all of a sudden then you will get an instruction to take another wife, otherwise you begin losing everything that you have, because this was not making sense. Even Umseleko, guys, Umseleko, the most arrogant man in South Africa, said that it's very arrogant for these two to say that uMamkhulu doesn't have a choice but to say yes, because if she does not say yes, then the bag will be affected. She's like, listen, just like we cannot be giving her the thing of her, she's going to be now number 2 when she's number 1. Even that reason, I don't think it's a reason that we can use to convince her to become number 1, to become, or to allow number 2 to come in. But do they ever listen to Mseleko? No, because they actually ended up raising that when they were talking to MaNgwane. Okay, so now, you guys, we get to a point where now we are now meeting the wife, and also Ubaba is going to talk to her about taking a second wife, and then we're going to end up having everybody sitting in the same room. They have brought in an interesting element on this show this time, is that every time a wife is coming on the show, she's coming with a friend. Okay, so there are 2 possible reasons why they did that. One is, since they never had that element before of bringing a friend to the show, it's a good way of still convincing a person that they are not on Mnakwethu when they are actually on Mnakwethu. Because before, you would know if the cameras are coming in, you will already know something is off here. I must be on Mnakwethu. But since they never had an element of bringing a friend, they were basically trying to confuse you so you won't suspect that it is Mnakwethu. That's one reason. Another reason is that we complained a lot in previous seasons about how a man has so much support in that situation. They have the crew, and also just the fact that they know what the show is about. They know what they are shooting, okay? They have the crew, they have Umseleko, they have the wife number 2, but a woman doesn't have any of that. She is shocked by what's happening here because she does not know that she's on a show, Mnakwethu, and that she's going to be asked to meet another woman who has been on the citation with her husband. So nothing was offered to a woman in a form of support. So we've spoken about that. So that might have been another reason that they decided to have this friend element added to the show. But what they did is that even though our issue with the show was that a woman is not supported, they decided to do like minimum, provide like the minimum amount of support. Because if you really wanted to support this woman, you would bring a counselor, and then maybe bring somebody from the family, maybe bring her mother, maybe bring an aunt, maybe bring an older cousin. Okay, if you bring a friend, you really haven't brought anybody, because you're bringing somebody that will not even really advise, or in a position to advise, or in a position to defend this woman. What they do is just sit there and listen to the story. So what they are doing is that they are giving a front row seat to MaNgwane, basically. But do they support a friend? No. Okay, but if you brought me as a friend, on the other hand, okay, we are walking out of that room with my friend having said no, and that will be the first time that Mnakwethu will actually hear a no, and they will take it. Okay, and they will say it's the first time that we hear a no. It's in capital letters, and it's loud enough for us to never, ever, ever approach another woman again to ask her about this nonsense. Okay. Anyway, you guys, now the friend is sitting with a friend. Okay. I don't know, those who watched the show, didn't you think it was weird that when now the husband was coming to sit with his wife. The other friend didn't shift, they were sitting so close, and I'm like, even this friend now, I'm like suspicious of her. Okay, so now you guys, initially when they're sitting without the number two, she says, they tell her, because the husband tells her, listen, he doesn't say, I'm here to ask for a second wife. He says, listen, and this is what they want. They want a second wife. And she's like, no. But you guys, she doesn't listen too much until she sees another woman. She doesn't say much until she sees another woman, because immediately after the husband speaks, she's like, you know what? Let me see her first, okay? Because listen, most women know their men's side chicks, okay? And she's like, listen, I just want to see if it's a side chick that I could possibly live with, okay? So when I say no, I know exactly what I'm saying no to. Okay, so they go in the fetch her, she sits down, and she's like, yeah, so it's this one. I thought that the wife really knew her, you guys, because obviously they say that she works with the husband, Emma Rose, and I was like, there's a chance here that these people know each other. So yes, she knew her, because she says they are always together, they're always working together, they're always saying, lodge, lodge, I'm sure by lodge. And so she comes in, and of course the husband asks, now it's okay, Amadlos, they want me to take a second wife, I love you, and you were chosen by me, but she is being chosen by Amadlos. So initially, you guys, the wife is saying no, it's not gonna happen. I don't need no assistant. If you say Amadlozi want you to take a second wife, nami I need our Amadlozi ukuthi angitshele ukuthi nami ngiyothatha a second husband, because it looks like Amadlozi, they're not satisfied with us just being together, okay? And she does, the woman, the Sangoma here ends up saying, no, but if you say no, then, isinkwa sabantwana bakho will be affected, okay? I'm like, hey, singamane ilambi ngani Anyway, it would be affected, and I don't want you to leave. They always say that, because guys, number two. You know what? I don't want you to leave. It's not my goal, or it's not my wish for you to leave. You need to stay, but you just need to understand that we need to work together. If you don't work together, then your children's bread will will decrease. Or your children won't have the bread, okay? Your children won't have anything to eat, okay? Honestly, you guys, the wife was saying no, 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 until the end, okay? Until the end. And then it turns out that the person that we thought was a friend was really a sister, because they brought somebody young, you guys. There will be like somebody bringing Ulungi, my daughter, to a marriage situation. What does she know? What is she going to advise on? She says, I think, she said, it turns out that she's also a sister, because she ends up saying, I think my sister fanege ehlise ulaka, which I felt like she is saying she must say yes, okay? This episode was badly edited, because you guys, I went back a number of times on catch up watching this episode, and I was like, I did not hear the wife saying, turning her yes to her no to a yes. I did not hear it. She said no, 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 no. But then when Ubamsele was standing up, he says thank you. And I'm like, what are you thanking a woman for? You didn't get what you were here for, which was a yes. He says thank you and congratulated a man. And I'm like, okay, this is a bad ethics, because she must have changed her mind at some point and said yes, but we don't hear her say yes, okay? They go out, and then when they are sitting down, a man is also celebrating that she said yes, and she's saying, listen, we have to treat each other with respect, all of that nonsense that they say to you after they ignored the fact that you said no. And then you guys, when they walk out, the sister is saying now, she just needs, if Guguti things are not going her way, she must just come home and whatever. That child was just being a child, you guys, and I was like, I can't even take her seriously, because I don't know why they can't get a more matured person to come support the wife. But then the wife also, when she is doing like a feedback interview, she also says that she said yes to is Tembu because she felt like she needs to do it for her kids, you know. But she doesn't want it. She doesn't like it, and you know, about the situation. Meaning her heart is broken about the situation, but she feels she does not have a choice. She has to say yes for her kids. Okay. So this was one of those episodes where we saw them celebrate a yes that we didn't see how it came about. We did not see a woman say yes. A woman said no, 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 no. And then we see them celebrate her saying yes. And then at the end, she was saying, yeah, I did say yes because of my kids. So that's how it goes, you guys. Listen, it's a nonsense that we are watching on that show, but we still watch it because we're just wondering what happens to these women after the cameras leave, you guys. Okay, obviously, this guy was cheating with this Twasa situation and he wanted to make it a permanent situation. And he was like, how else am I going to do it? Okay, the way that I can do it so that it has some type of esteem and dignity in it, I'm just going to say that Amadlos are the ones that have asked me to do this. Or it could be a thing of Twala, because these days everyone utwele, and when we say somebody wanting to just keep taking wives, and them taking a wife is related to their work, them taking a wife is related to how they make money. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, that's how this episode went, you guys. I guess this was a second yes this season, but it was like a yes that we didn't hear, okay? Because a woman's yes and a woman's no is very important in life. You need to understand. Did this woman say yes? But she said yes, but we didn't hear her say yes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Tanda.